The nature of thought is deeply intertwined with how we perceive and navigate reality. Thought, in essence, serves as a tool, a mechanism that allows us to interpret the world around us, make decisions, and form beliefs. Yet, for all its utility, thought is also a filter, coloring our perception and often creating a barrier between us and the true nature of existence. To understand what lies beyond thought, we must first examine its influence and limitations. Thought is inherently reactive. It is shaped by past experiences, cultural conditioning, and subconscious programming. When we encounter a situation, our minds quickly sift through memories and learn patterns to construct a response. While this process can be invaluable for survival and problem-solving, it also perpetuates a cycle of identification. We begin to equate our thoughts with our identity, believing the narrative we create about ourselves and the world to be the ultimate truth. This identification with thought is the foundation of the ego, a construct that reinforces separation and limits our understanding of who we truly are. Moreover, thought operates in a dualistic framework. It categorizes experiences into opposites, good and bad, right and wrong, self and other. This duality creates a sense of conflict and division, both within ourselves and in our external interactions. The mind becomes trapped in loops of analysis, judgment, and comparison, which often leads to stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. We seek to control or change the external world in an attempt to align it with our mental projections, yet this pursuit often leaves us feeling unfulfilled. Thought also shapes our energetic state. Every thought carries a vibrational frequency that influences our emotional and physical well-being. Repeated patterns of negative thinking, such as fear, doubt, or resentment, lower our vibrational energy, creating blockages in our energetic field. Conversely, positive and empowering thoughts can elevate our vibration, fostering feelings of peace and clarity. However, the reliance on thought as the primary driver of energy is limiting. True energetic alignment occurs not through thinking but through being, and this requires stepping beyond the mind's chatter. The illusion of control is another significant aspect of thought's nature. The mind often clings to the belief that it can solve every problem, predict every outcome, and secure safety and happiness. Yet, life frequently defies logical explanation and control. This relentless striving for mental mastery over the uncontrollable leads to frustration and a sense of inadequacy. The more we identify with our thoughts, the more we feel confined by their boundaries. To move beyond the constraints of thought, it is essential to recognize its limitations and approach it with awareness. Thought is a tool, but it is not the master. By observing our mental patterns without judgment, we can begin to disidentify from them. This creates space for something deeper, a state of presence that exists beyond the mind's constructs. In this state, the need for labels, judgments, and dualities fades, revealing a more profound connection to the flow of life. Do you feel like your life is at a standstill, as if you're constantly facing obstacles? Without a clear understanding of your spirituality and the energy guiding your choices, it's easy to keep attracting negative situations. Imagine spending years without knowing why things don't work out. The weight of not living your truth can turn into deep regret. To overcome this feeling and master your spiritual energy to attract positive things, we present the guide Master Your Energy, Transform Your Reality. This step-by-step guide is designed to help you unlock your energy, manifest your dreams, and align with the forces of the universe. With this guide, you'll learn everything from the fundamentals of spirituality to advanced practices for manifestation and energy healing. Created by experts with extensive experience in spirituality, energy, and well-being, this material combines the best of ancient and modern wisdom. Thousands of people have already transformed their lives with these teachings, unlocking their potential and living in harmony with the universe. Don't miss the chance to change your reality and achieve the life of your dreams. For less than $10, ask yourself, How much is it worth to live the life you've always wanted? Take advantage of the final days of the 65% discount offer. Link in the description and pinned comment. The pursuit of silence within is one of the most profound aspects of spiritual growth. Silence, in this context, is not merely the absence of noise but the transcendence of the incessant chatter of the mind. Our thoughts often act as barriers, keeping us entangled in past regrets and future anxieties. To go beyond this mental activity is to access a deeper state of awareness, a space where clarity, peace, and profound understanding emerge naturally. This silence is not something we create, it is something we uncover. It has always been there, beneath the layers of mental activity that dominate our everyday lives. Meditation is the most recognized tool for accessing this inner stillness. By sitting quietly and observing our thoughts without judgment, we begin to notice the spaces between them. These spaces are the gateways to silence. Techniques such as focusing on the breath or repeating a mantra can serve as anchors, helping us remain present and disengaged from the endless stream of mental commentary. Over time, these practices reveal that thoughts are not who we are, they are merely patterns that arise and fade within the vast expanse of consciousness. Mindfulness is another approach that invites us into the present moment. Unlike meditation, which often involves dedicated time in stillness, mindfulness integrates awareness into every action. Whether we are walking, eating, or even washing dishes, mindfulness teaches us to fully experience each moment without distraction. This practice slows the mind's racing pace and allows us to connect with the silence that underlies all activity. As we deepen our exploration, we encounter experiences that exist beyond thought, moments of pure being. These experiences may come during meditation or spontaneously in everyday life. They are characterized by a profound sense of peace and connection to something greater than ourselves. It is as if the veil of thought has lifted, revealing the true nature of existence. Such moments are glimpses of what it means to live beyond the mind, in harmony with the silence within. One of the most transformative effects of cultivating silence is the realization that it is not empty but full. The silence beyond thought is alive with energy, creativity, and insight. From this space, solutions to problems arise effortlessly, and a deep sense of purpose emerges. It is here that we connect with our intuition, the subtle inner voice that often goes unheard amidst the noise of the mind. Grounding practices can support this journey into silence. Walking barefoot on the earth, immersing oneself in nature, or simply sitting in stillness outdoors helps to anchor us in the present and quiet the mind. Grounding aligns our energy with the rhythms of the natural world, making it easier to access the stillness within. As we commit to these practices, the journey to silence becomes less about doing and more about being. It is not something we can force, but something we allow. When the mind quiets, we find ourselves aligned with a deeper truth, one that transcends thought and connects us to the essence of who we truly are. The role of energy in consciousness is profound and intricately tied to our thoughts and perceptions. Every thought we generate emits a frequency that interacts with the energetic field around us. This interplay shapes not only our inner world but also the reality we experience. The energetic vibrations of our thoughts are subtle yet powerful, influencing our emotional states, decisions, and even the trajectory of our lives. To truly understand what lies beyond thought, we must first grasp how energy operates within the framework of consciousness. Thoughts are not isolated, they ripple outward, creating energetic patterns. These patterns form the basis of the reality we perceive. When our thoughts are fear-based or chaotic, they generate low-frequency vibrations, leading to a sense of stagnation or negativity in our energy field. Conversely, thoughts grounded in love, gratitude, or presence produce higher frequencies, which align us with states of peace and clarity. The quality of our thoughts directly correlates with the vibrational state of our consciousness. But what happens when we silence these thoughts? In moments of deep stillness, the energy field begins to harmonize. Without the interference of mental noise, the natural flow of energy becomes more apparent. This is where we begin to perceive the essence of consciousness itself, an expansive awareness unbound by the limitations of thought. Beyond thought, energy exists in its pure form, unshaped by mental constructs, and it is here that we access higher states of being. The connection between frequency and patterns of thought is critical. Our energetic state influences the kind of thoughts we attract and sustain, creating a feedback loop. For example, a mind consumed by stress perpetuates an energetic state that attracts more stress-inducing thoughts. Breaking this cycle requires a conscious effort to elevate our vibration. Techniques like breathwork, sound healing, and energy clearing can help reset our energetic frequency, creating space for a more harmonious connection to the present moment. The interplay of energy and thought also opens the doorway to understanding collective consciousness. As individuals, we contribute to a shared energetic field, often referred to as the collective vibration. When many people operate from states of fear or division, the collective energy reflects this, influencing the broader human experience. By transcending thought and aligning with pure energy, we not only transform ourselves but also contribute to uplifting the collective consciousness. What lies beyond thought is a profound truth that has eluded humanity for centuries, a truth that, once understood, completely reshapes how we see ourselves, the universe, and our place within it. Thought, for all its brilliance and utility, is bound by form, logic, and limitation. Beyond thought lies the realm of pure consciousness, a state of being that exists before the mind categorizes, analyzes, or labels experience. This is the space where the essence of who we truly are resides, a boundless awareness that is unconditioned by the narratives and judgments created by the mind. This truth begins to reveal itself when we realize that the mind, as powerful as it is, operates in dualities, good and bad, right and wrong, self and other. Beyond thought, these dualities dissolve. What remains is not emptiness in the sense of absence, but a fullness, a direct experience of presence that transcends language, concepts, and intellectual understanding. It is a state of unity where separation is seen as an illusion perpetuated by the limitations of thought. In this space of pure consciousness, we encounter the reality that everything is interconnected. The boundaries created by thought, between ourselves and others, between life and death, between the observer and the observed, are artificial constructs. Beyond thought, these boundaries fall away, revealing the infinite, undivided nature of existence. This is the truth that changes everything, the realization that we are not separate beings navigating a fragmented world, but expressions of a single, unified consciousness experiencing itself in countless forms. However, this understanding is not merely philosophical or abstract. It has profound implications for how we live our lives. Beyond thought, there is no attachment to the stories we tell ourselves about who we are. There is no clinging to past regrets or future anxieties. In the space beyond thought, there is only the present moment, pure, vibrant, and alive. This presence allows us to act not from fear or ego but from a deep sense of harmony with the flow of life. This truth is not something that can be achieved through effort or intellectual pursuit. It is not hidden in some distant place or accessible only to a select few. It is, in fact, always here, underlying every experience, every emotion, and every thought. To access it, we do not need to add anything to ourselves. Instead, we must let go of the layers of conditioning and identification that obscure it. Many who glimpse this truth describe it as a feeling of liberation. The endless chatter of the mind, the ceaseless striving for meaning, the relentless pursuit of external validation, all of it quiets in the presence of this deeper awareness. What emerges is a profound sense of peace, a knowing that all is as it should be, and that we are not separate from the flow of existence but integral to it. This transformation does not require abandoning thought altogether. Thought is a tool, a powerful one, that serves us in navigating the practicalities of life. But when we mistake the tool for the master, we become trapped. Beyond thought, we reclaim our rightful place as the observer, the awareness within which thought arises and dissolves. This shift allows us to use thought without being used by it, to engage with the world without becoming entangled in its illusions. What lies beyond thought is not something that can be adequately described or fully comprehended through words. It must be experienced. And once experienced, it changes everything, not because the external world shifts, but because our perception of it does. Beyond thought, we see the world not as something separate from us, but as an extension of the same consciousness that we are. This realization dissolves fear, nurtures compassion, and opens the door to a life lived in alignment with the deeper truth of existence. To explore what lies beyond thought, practical tools are essential to guide us into states where the mind quiets, and a deeper connection to pure consciousness and energy can emerge. These tools do not bypass the mind entirely, but instead offer pathways to transcend its chatter and open the door to a more profound experience of existence. The journey is not about silencing the mind permanently, but about accessing moments of stillness where insight and clarity naturally arise. The first and most accessible tool is breathwork. Conscious breathing has been practiced across cultures for centuries as a gateway to transcendence. A simple yet powerful technique is the 4-7-8 method. Inhale for a count of 4, hold the breath for 7, and exhale slowly for 8. This pattern not only calms the nervous system, but also shifts attention away from the incessant flow of thoughts, creating space for the presence of awareness. Breath becomes the anchor, grounding you in the moment while loosening the grip of the mental narrative. Another powerful tool is deep visualization. This technique involves consciously directing mental imagery to cultivate a state of expanded awareness. Begin by closing your eyes and picturing a vast, infinite sky. Visualize each thought as a cloud drifting across it. Instead of engaging with these clouds, observe them as they dissolve into the horizon. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to detach from thoughts and embrace the spaciousness that lies beyond them. Visualization can be combined with affirmations, such as "I am the observer," reinforcing your role as the conscious witness rather than the thinker. Energy awareness exercises are equally transformative in this journey. One practical approach involves focusing on the sensations within your body. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your hands. Without moving them, sense the subtle tingling or pulsing energy within. Gradually expand this awareness to your entire body, becoming attuned to the flow of energy that exists beneath the surface. This practice shifts your focus from the mental realm to the energetic, helping you tap into the vast potential of being present beyond thought. Grounding techniques further support this exploration. Walking barefoot on natural surfaces, such as grass or sand, reconnects you to the Earth's energy field. As you walk, direct your attention to the sensation of your feet meeting the ground. Feel the exchange of energy, a flow that stabilizes and centers you. This practice fosters a deeper connection to your physical and energetic self, facilitating the journey beyond mental boundaries. Mantras and sound vibrations are also valuable tools. Repeating a mantra such as Om or Soham helps to align your energy with a higher frequency. The repetitive nature of the sound naturally guides the mind into a meditative state, reducing mental noise. Similarly, listening to certain frequencies, like binaural beats or solfeggio tones, can enhance this process. These sounds stimulate brainwave patterns associated with relaxation and expanded awareness, helping you move beyond the confines of thought. Body movement, particularly practices like yoga or Tai Chi, offers another pathway to transcendence. These disciplines integrate breath, awareness, and energy flow, creating harmony between body and mind. As you move through postures or sequences, your focus shifts from intellectual activity to the rhythm of your movements and the sensations they produce. This embodied awareness allows you to access a state of mindfulness that exists beyond thinking. Setting a dedicated space and time for these practices is equally important. Consistency creates a container for exploration, signaling to your mind and body that it's time to shift into a different state. Even 10 minutes a day dedicated to these tools can create profound changes over time. Choose a quiet space, free from distractions, and approach each session with curiosity and openness, without expectations. Integrating moments of stillness into daily life bridges the gap between structured practice and everyday living. Pause during your day to observe your surroundings without judgment. Whether it's noticing the wind on your skin, the sound of birds, or the sensation of your breath, these micro-moments of presence remind you that the space beyond thought is always accessible. It's not a distant destination but a state of being that's available right here and now. As we venture into the profound journey of moving beyond thought, we inevitably encounter challenges that test our resolve and commitment. These obstacles are not mere inconveniences but integral parts of the process, designed to strengthen our understanding and capacity for transcendence. Recognizing and navigating these barriers is essential to unlocking deeper states of consciousness and energy. One of the most pervasive challenges is the relentless pull of the ego. The ego thrives on identification with thought, weaving a narrative of self that feels inseparable from our identity. When we attempt to step beyond this, the ego reacts defensively, generating doubts, distractions, and a clinging to old patterns. These reactions can manifest as self-doubt, fear of losing control, or an overwhelming sense of discomfort in silence. The key to overcoming this lies not in battling the ego, but in observing it with non-judgmental awareness. By acknowledging its presence without attachment, we gradually dissolve its grip and reclaim our true essence. Another significant hurdle is the noise of the mind itself. Our thoughts are incessant, often chaotic, and deeply ingrained. When we try to still the mind, it can feel like an impossible task as the stream of thoughts intensifies. This phenomenon, often referred to as the monkey mind, is a natural response to unfamiliar stillness. To navigate this, patience and consistency are crucial. Simple practices such as focusing on the breath, grounding through body awareness, or gently bringing the mind back to the present moment can help create space between our awareness and the chatter of the mind. External distractions also play a major role in pulling us away from the path. In a world dominated by noise, screens, and constant demands on our attention, finding time for introspection and silence can feel like a luxury. These external factors can act as barriers, reinforcing the idea that the pursuit of inner peace is secondary to external obligations. However, setting intentional boundaries, even carving out a few minutes each day, can create a ripple effect, gradually anchoring us in a space where we prioritize our inner journey. Physical discomfort often emerges as another challenge, particularly for those engaging in meditative or stillness practices for the first time. The body's restlessness can mirror the restlessness of the mind. Aches, fidgeting, or even a feeling of agitation can make it difficult to sustain focus. Rather than resisting this discomfort, we can view it as an opportunity to deepen our practice. By approaching the body's signals with curiosity and compassion, we learn to coexist with discomfort without letting it derail our efforts. A profound yet subtle obstacle is the fear of the unknown. Moving beyond thought requires surrendering the familiar and stepping into an uncharted territory of pure awareness. This can trigger resistance as the mind craves certainty and control. The idea of dissolving boundaries between self and experience may evoke apprehension or hesitation. To overcome this, cultivating trust in the process is essential. Trust that the journey itself, however uncertain, leads to deeper freedom and understanding. Another often overlooked challenge is the tendency to seek immediate results. In a culture conditioned by instant gratification, the slow and often imperceptible progress of transcending thought can feel frustrating. Impatience can lead to discouragement or a sense of failure. Here, embracing the process as an ongoing exploration rather than a destination becomes vital. Each moment of practice, no matter how small, contributes to the unfolding of awareness. Social conditioning can also create barriers. From an early age, we are taught to value productivity, external achievements, and logical reasoning. The idea of prioritizing stillness and moving beyond thought can feel counterintuitive or even indulgent. Additionally, societal expectations and judgments may create internal conflict, making it difficult to fully commit to the journey. Developing a strong inner conviction and surrounding oneself with supportive environments and communities can help counteract these influences. Perhaps the most profound challenge is the subtle reemergence of thought itself in disguised forms. Even as we progress, thoughts may reappear, masquerading as insights or spiritual realizations. This phenomenon, often referred to as the spiritual ego, can lead to attachment to the idea of progress or identification with being enlightened. Remaining vigilant and rooted in humility is essential to avoid falling into this trap. There is the challenge of integration. The insights and shifts experienced in moments of stillness must be brought into everyday life. It is one thing to transcend thought during meditation, but another to embody this awareness amidst the chaos and complexity of the world. Integration requires consistent practice, mindfulness, and a commitment to aligning actions with the truths discovered within.